So these are hat boxes, and they came in sets of either 2s or 3s, I can't remember, but obviously any questions about the stock, ask the girls on the floor there. And I filled the inside of it, you see, with the dry foam. Just going to get a little bit of fresh moss there, kind of like tease it out, muck and all, you know, that way, and just kind of put it lightly on top of your dry oasis. So if you don't bend them over, and you know the little Chinese takeaway boxes, I put them all in it, and I call these mossing pins. You can buy mossing pins, they're about $7.50 a box there, but like all your rubbishy bits of wires, you can make them. So again, just get your wires, bend them over in half like that. Makes no difference that some of them are longer or some of them are shorter, and that's your moss, you see at the top there. And that'll just dry out. And so this is the kebab sticks, or they're actually not kebab sticks, they're the sticks for supporting plants. What do you use? Jiffy sticks we used to call them, but you know the green sticks to stop a plant bending over. Yeah. And I'm going to use the lid as part of the arrangement, you see, in your thing, in your hat box is what I meant to say. So in my container here, these are just a few kind of bits and bobs. You call them, what do you call them, doodads?
Yeah.
Doodads. So we call these picks, and there's loads of different ones. They come in bags, but like they sell them individually, right? I thought this one was nice, you see, with the tartan present, but there's some with snowmen and Santies and robins, and I'm using a few different ones tonight, okay? So I have 3 of these picks, and they come on a plastic stem already, and I'm just going to cut a little bit off the end of them. Open the scissors real wide, there's a serrated part at the back of the scissors, and that's what cuts through it. If you try to use the front part, you won't be able to cut it. So they are flower scissors, you see, they're for doing that. So open it real wide, get in there at the serrated part, and then just, it'll cut it there for you, no problem. So into our arrangement, into our moss there, I'm going to put 3 of these picks. Now you have to be able to count in Irish, because you have to be able to say a hail, a doe, 3. And if you know a bit of French, you can throw in a little bit of French there as well. And I'm just kind of turning the picks around that, you know, they're a little bit different. You see how easy that is? But we want to make it a little bit more difficult. So I have some pine cones. Now I'll take the wire off this one and I'll show you how I wired them. I tried to get as much organised as possible. And I do have a close-up video of me wiring the pine cones on our YouTube channel. You know what I mean? So if you just look up Case Flower School on YouTube, it's one of the recent videos, and it'll be in real close and you'll see exactly how I do it.
It's in the blog on the website.
Oh, it's in the blog. So the website is Case Flower School, and just look for the blog, and there'll be loads, like say the bows, if you want to see that again, there's a close-up of doing the bows on the blog page as well. So you're putting the wires in, cut them a bit shorter, and so that they grip the oasis, is if you bend up the end of the wire into like a little hook, you see before it goes in, it'll actually grip down into your flower foam, and don't bend it too short like I've just done, which will be alright on the night, and then get in there, and when I have it in, I'm then able to manoeuvre the cones, you see, to make it look the way you want it to go. Put 3 cones into it, so all I'm really doing is just putting the cones in between the 3 little picks. And it's fairly full at this stage, and it looks like I put an awful lot of effort into it, you know, that way, and sure I'm talking away. And if you want to be a little bit imaginative, he has these little bags of apples. I think they're gorgeous. I'm going to use them in a couple of different arrangements, and again, it's just giving me a little texture. I might use 2, I might use 1, I might use 3, I don't know, I'll just make it up as I go along. He also has these bags of, I was going to say lemon slices, apple slices. He has them in red or green, and all I did was bring the wire in through the 2 slices. But at the end of the, I'm going to say the class, but at the end of the class, if anybody needs to see something up close, you know, that way, just come up closer, because I know again with any of the wires, I'm making a hook at the end of the wire to see before I stick it down. Not really thinking about it, might stick one in there. If I can get it in, hitting a bit, just gives it, you see, a bit of texture. Where it probably looked okay with the 3 picks. But then when you put a little bit of extra in, it's nice. And then just at the back there, with still a bit of floral foam shown, I'm just putting an extra bit of moss there to see, just to hide it. And again, get your wires. If you get them for nothing, just make fresh ones. But if you're using up all your offcuts. But as I said, we have the little plastic Chinese boxes, and we're real mean, and we save the wires all the time. So there's the first little arrangement, you know, that way, and it's something everybody gets.